Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we are going to talk about Numenera WUBRG campaign season one, run with the gold player, and his character Blackout. So he has recently completed allying with the Corvum, who are an awakened animal, and they are shaped like ravens, right? So he has allied the Bramble to himself, and he's allied the Corvum to himself. And so now the Corvum take him to the edge of the plains area where the Corvum live, and he go into the Cervan area. Now the Cervan are these creatures. Oh, by the way, if I didn't say it, I am using all of the species from Dungeons and Dragons Humblewood to be the awakened species in my Numenera WUBRG game. So if you recognize those names, good on you. If you didn't, they're all coming from D&D Beyond. So when I'm running a Dungeons and Dragons competitor, I'm filling it with Dungeons and Dragons as much as possible, right? So and Dungeons and to be, like, there's a centimeter of difference between Numenera and Dungeons and Dragons. First of all, Numenera is Dungeons and Dragons with medieval European feudalism removed, and also it's literally written by a major Dungeons and Dragons designer, Monty Cook. So it's extremely close to D&D already. All right. So basically, he gets to the point where he goes to the Cervan, and one of the things that happens with the Cervan is so basically, he goes into their area and he starts looking for them, and he doesn't see them, right? So he makes a perception check, and he finally makes this. He fails it once, and then the next day he finds it. And basically, the Cervan, the path to their main headquarters is literally, it's a road created by antlers. And so if you're not looking for it, you won't see it. But the antler studs stick up out of the ground by like an inch or two, but they actually mark a road to the Cervan's main headquarters, right? To their homes, their home city, right, within their area. So he gets about within 12 miles of their home city, and suddenly the Cervan appear all around him in the middle of the night, and he can just see their eyes glowing and blinking at him, right? And so now he's been told they're peaceful, so he's not worried. And the Cervan begin to walk up to him, and one of the servants says, "Oh my goodness, you are the Tsunax witness," right? And they recognize him, right? The Bramble are like, "What the heck are you?" Because they've never seen a human before, right? The Corvum are like, "What the heck are you?" Because they've never seen a human before. Now he reaches the Cervan, and they say, "You are the Tsunax witness. You are the Tsunax witness." And actually, some of them actually bow down to him, right? Like they're in awe of him, right? And so he's like, "What do you speak of?" And one of the Cervan comes forward, a female, and says, "Do you not know? Do you not know who you are and what you are?" And he's like, "I really don't," right? And so she's like, "Do you wish to remember?" Right? And he's like, "What's that mean?" And she makes a gesture, and one of the other Cervan bring forward a bowl. And this bowl is made out of 4 antlers that are kind of tied together at the bottom. And another servant comes and pours this fluid into the bowl, right? Now, it's just antlers. It should pour through. But there's some type of force field, some type of magic. Something holds the fluid within the antler bowl, right? It is clearly magical, and it's Numenera, right? Now, what is Numenera? Well, that could be the Tsunax, who were a alien race who invaded Earth in the Third Age, or it could be from the Magic era, where magic was real on Earth in the Fifth Age, or it could be Nano, which came about in the Seventh Age, right? So all of those 3 things do the same thing, right? The second 2 are magic that is not recognized, function exactly like magic, and look exactly like magic, but aren't magic. So functionally, it is magic, right? And then the other one is magic. And in our world, all 3 are true. It's alien tech, it's real magic, and it's nano, each that came out at a different era, a different age, right? And this is one of the best things about, when you play Dungeons and Dragons, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get medieval European fantasy, right? Whereas Numenera really severs that. It really says, it's like, no, like, and honestly, I have to admit, right? Like, is there really much difference between Dragonlance and Exandria? Really, no, right? They're both incredibly based in Tolkien's work, right? So, yeah, systematized Tolkien, right? So this is really fascinating. So the servants say, okay, they pull this and they say, put your face into the bowl, right? And you will remember, right? And so, so Blackout does. He puts his face into the bowl, and the moment he puts his face into the bowl, I say to the gold player, okay, here's what's happening. All right, now, we started this campaign with you in the Onyx station, and you opening up in essentially like a cryopod, right? But it wasn't cold storage, it was just eternal storage, right? And you were in a container in the Onyx station. You woke up, you explored the Onyx station, and you realized there were 6 other humans there, your old team, right? But you can't remember exactly what your mission was. Do you want to wake them, or do you want to leave them in their pods? And he chose to leave them in their pods, right? Very interesting. So then, at that point, it gets to the point where, yeah, so that's happening, and then and then I said, but now you're going to remember. You're going to remember when you were born and where you were when you were born, and we're about to play out the start of your humanity, right? And so at this point, the campaign shifts into Bearcats. Okay. Now, if you don't know what Bearcats is, it's a game put out by Runehammer Games, and it was system agnostic, right? So it could be run with anything, right? And it was really phenomenally amazing. I was extremely impressed with it when it came out years ago. And I have other coverage right here on this channel about Bearcats. But if you get a chance today, go check out Bearcats. And honestly, if you're any kind of a decent Dungeon Master, buy Bearcats. The design on Bearcats is better than any system agnostic product I've ever seen in the world. So basically, I told him, hey, we're playing Numenera, but we're going to shift into playing Bearcats. And I'm going to cut it off there, as Kenan Thompson said, and we cut it off there. And we will pick up in the next video. Thank you so much for letting me share this with you. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion, nothing more, nothing less. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider subscribing and have a fetch millennium.